Today I'm going to be making some white chip oatmeal cookies. I've made oatmeal cookies, but I've never made oatmeal cookies using white chips. And so these are just Nestle Toll House white chips. I thought I like sweet. I thought it just sounded like a really good addition. I found this recipe, not this one, not the white chips, but I'm using the basic recipe from the inside of the Quaker Oats. These are 1 minute oats. They have a recipe on the inside for oatmeal raisin cookies. So this recipe uses raisins and a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're not going to be using that. We're going to be using the white chips instead of the raisins or the cinnamon. We're just not going to use the cinnamon at all. So what you need is you need 1 stick plus 6 tablespoons of softened butter. You need 3/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda. You need half a teaspoon of salt. That is optional, but I'm going to use half a teaspoon of salt. You need 1 cup of the white chips, and you need 3 cups of the Quaker Oats. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So now in a mixer, you want to combine your butter and sugars on medium speed until creamy. It says add your eggs and vanilla and beat well. You want to add your baking soda, your salt, and your flour. We're gonna add our white chips and our oats, and we're gonna mix these until it's combined. Now I have a cookie sheet here with the Reynolds parchment paper, and I'm gonna take a cookie scoop and I'm gonna drop, I always use a big cookie scoop, and I'm going to drop spoons of these on the parchment paper. These, I'm going to try to fit 3 in a row. I don't know how much they'll spread. So I'm going to fill this up, and then I'm going to bake these for 8 to 10 minutes. I will probably set my timer for 9 minutes, but then I'll let you know when they come out of the oven how long I left them for, how long it took for them to actually bake. Because they could take a little bit longer since these are bigger. They could take a little bit longer because too I'm using the white chips. I don't know how that's going to affect the bake time. How the cookies look. They really did not spread, so I could have even put them closer together than I did, but I have another full cookie sheet in the oven. They did stay in for 10 minutes, so I set them for 9 minutes. They needed to go just a minute more to let them brown, but this, let's see, I haven't touched them. These are really soft still. I just got them out, but they're nice and brown. But if you like a soft cookie, I like them soft like this. Of course, if you wanted them crispier, you would just leave them longer, but I think 10 minutes is the perfect time. I ended up getting 36 cookies. However, I could have gotten 40. This is one of those mixes that I eat raw. So
I wasn't in here.
No, Kevin wasn't in here. This is one of my dirty little secrets. When I want to just binge on a raw cookie dough, this is one of the things, is oatmeal cookies. So, and I'm just mean plain, just regular, the same recipe, but without the white chips. The exact same thing. I love to eat it. You could roll it in a ball if you wanted to. I just like to eat spoonfuls of it out of the mixing bowl. Truly though, I know I ate 4 full cookies. It's just the raw dough. I really, really like the flavor of it raw. So I'm curious to see if it's going to be good baked.
They're very buttery.
Oh, good. Well, it ought to be with the amount of butter you put in here.
Take over a stick and a half, why not?
Yes, I double checked the amount of butter because it just sounded like a lot of butter.
Yeah, she came and asked me, read this and tell me how much butter this has. So I read it. She goes, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, those are really good.
I've never made these before though, using white chips. So what do you think?
Well, I just stuck a whole half a cookie in my mouth.
It's totally, the white chips are totally unnecessary.
It does add a different flavor to them though.
It adds a ton of sweetness. I think it adds a lot of sweetness. So,
I mean, if you don't like white chips, you could probably use chocolate or whatever.
You could use butterscotch.
Yeah, butterscotch would be rich.
Butterscotch would be delicious. They'll probably make you thirsty.
Those are really good.
You could do dark chocolate, milk chocolate, bittersweet, any of the chips that you see in the baking aisle. If you wanted to make M&M oatmeal cookies, instead of just take a cup of those mini M&Ms that you see in the baking aisle, a cup of whatever I think will work, and just replace it. And this is an awesome recipe.
It's really good, and I like them warm. They're just a touch warm.
I like it better raw. I'm gonna be honest. I like it. Now I know people are gonna say,
not supposed to be raw.
You're not supposed to have raw egg, and there's 2 raw eggs in there. I'm wondering if the people who have gotten in trouble with raw eggs and gotten sick, if they've been old. If they've been old eggs, or they weren't handled properly or something like that. I've eaten raw dough, and I know a lot of you have too, because you've left me comments, my whole life. And
we always did as a kid.
Never gotten sick off of raw dough, and I still do it to this day. So for me, I do like it better cold and just out of the mixer, but I do like it this way too.
No, I didn't have it raw, so I don't know, but I like these. They're really, really good. Very sweet, has a really nice flavor to it. The white chips are really nice, and like I said, I like them a little warm because they're a little gooey a little bit in the middle. So I would literally take those and put them in the microwave on a paper towel or a plate or something and heat them up.
Well, if you could have been able to,
if they were sitting,
if you could have been able to come in here when I initially got finished with them, they would have been warm.
They're still a little warm. He
was a little busy. So do you think you like these, or do you think you would prefer
without the chips?
With the cinnamon and raisins? Because their recipe actually is supposed to be oatmeal raisin.
I like cinnamon raisins too. I like these though. I think these will be a little sweeter because of the white chips. But the cinnamon raisins would be excellent too. Those would be really good. I love a good raisin oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
Or oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oatmeal raisin cookie, yeah. I think that would be, it's going to be a terrific recipe. They do have another recipe on here. It's just for oatmeal though. It's just preparing great oatmeal. But
which I would never do.
It seems like the oatmeal cookie recipe used to be on the outside of the container, but just know now
they don't want to give that away now. They want to put it inside.
Right. Now it's under the lid, and it says makes about 4 dozen cookies, and then it says bar cookies. So if you want to make bars instead of cookies, you can bake 30 to 35 minutes in an ungreased 13 by 9 inch baking pan. So if you want to do bars, you could do them too. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll have to let me know if you've tried these before, this recipe off the Quaker Oats, but I love it. I've used it for years and loved it. So
try them if you haven't. They're really good.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.